Hey guys, Josh here with Kenda Tires. We are at the Overland Expo Mountain 2023 here in Loveland, Colorado, and we are absolutely excited to be here. Reason being, we are getting our course set up for the Kenda Tires Ride and Drive. Now that's where any of you can come to the Kenda booth, sign up, and take your own Jeep Rubicon out on the track, fitted with either the Kenda Cleaver RTs, Kenda Cleaver AT2s, or the new Kenda Cleaver MT2s, and give them a try for yourselves to really see how they perform, because some of the other Jeeps actually have competitors' tires on them. So you can do a side-by-side, real-world comparison on how well the Kenda tires do. So we are absolutely excited about that and can't wait to see you guys here. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how it's going. All right guys, so I want to give you just a brief overview of how the course is set up and how this whole ride and drive works. Basically, we have 10 different Jeeps down there, so people will sign up, they'll get in line, and then the instructors, which are some of our Kenda Tire dealers, will arrange the drivers or the customers to get into their Jeeps, and by radio they're instructed to go. The first corner here is an off-camber left-hand turn and approaching a steep incline of about 45 degrees, so it's pretty steep coming up this first hill here, and you can't see anything when you're coming up. So there has been a couple of drivers that have gotten a little off to the right, a little off to the left here, but it's no big deal because we just tell them to stop and then we re-instruct them to keep going. So after this hill, let's go to the next one. All right, and then once you're at the top of this steep hill, come down a little bit, you go on the back side of this embankment here behind me, and then from there, you're gonna take another sharp left-hand turn, coming over here to this nice off-camber area that allows the Jeep's suspension to raise 2 tires. So basically, you only have 2 tires left touching the ground, which is a precarious situation and really a great testament to the traction of the tires, because now you're not just relying on the suspension or on the Jeep to get that traction, you're relying on 2 tires to have the traction. So you're really gonna get that comparison on how well they do when 2 tires are touching the ground and 2 are in the air. All right guys, so once your tires are back on the ground and you're off running again, you actually come down the slope of the hill, which is about 30 degrees or so. So you're gonna side hill, and then you're gonna come over 2 obstacles on the side of the hill to really get that tippy feeling, but it's gonna test the sidewall traction of each individual tire. And if that traction's there, you're gonna be able to keep on going. If it's not, well, you might be in trouble. Then once you come off the side hill, you're gonna come up around a corner and then back down again to come around another sharp left-hand turn, and then you're on the home stretch where you're gonna run into several different pretty challenging moguls. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna, again, lift some of the tires up off the ground, so you're really getting that true testament, real world, only a couple of tires on the ground as you're trudging through the dirt and mud as we had this morning. So that's really gonna test out the tires' tractions before getting to the end of the course. And you're really gonna have a lot of sort of technical skills involved with driving, but the spotters do give you guys a really good direction on how to navigate this entire course. But at the end of the day, it's really about comparing the Kenda tires and how well they really do, and being able to test them for yourselves compared to the competitors' tires. All right guys, and then once you're through these moguls, you'll come up to the finish line, which concludes the end of the course, and you're gonna have an awesome time, but don't take my word for it. Let's hear from some others who have done the course.
It was good. I was on the Territories, which is a tire I'm familiar with. My Bronco has them. And running through the loop section, I was slipping a couple times, and then went in a Jeep on the Cleaver MTs, and that section was less dramatic. Less wheel spin, so it seems like it hooked up a little better. And yeah, it was just, just less drama.
Yeah, we've done this every year, but this is the first year with mud, and the tires handled very well.
Great ride. Oh yeah, they're grippy. They're pretty predictable too on when they're going to slide and when they're going to stay put, and they stay put a lot more than you'd expect them to.
So I have the 35s, and they're 10.5 inches wide or skinny.
Yeah.
And I will say, this is probably going to be a controversial opinion, but they're better than my BF Goodrich tires.
Which tires are trying out?
They just drive better on the highways. I haven't gotten to test them off-road that much yet, But so far, I would take those over my BF Goodrich. And you know, if you post this online, I'm sure I'll get a bunch of hate comments.
I'm Phil Eggleston with Pete Henderson Construction. We do a lot for Subaru automotive events, and now out here with Kenda Tires this week, and you know, just kind of trying to showcase what their tires can do on the different obstacles. A lot of these obstacles are similar to stuff we build for Subaru, as far as like the tip over points, you know, maximum articulation on the vehicles, and so you kind of try to. It's hard to put these Rubicons through a test. You know, I mean, you can build some pretty gnarly stuff and they'll go right through it. So it's.
Yeah, I was watching you yesterday, and there was a point that came up where you were directing one of the drivers to hit the obstacle at such an angle where you start lifting a front tire, you lift a back tire,
exactly.
And I said right away, I'm like, this guy knows what he's doing out here. So I wanted to get you on camera, introduce yourself, and just some of your experience with, you know, how you got associated. So does the Overland Expo, did they contact you and say, hey, Kenda Tires wants to build this off-road track and test their tires? Is that how that all comes together?
Yep. We the first one I've done was in Flagstaff. We did a course for them out there where they're doing the training course, so it was a little bit different. But it's all, you know, similar as far as what you can do with the vehicle and the tires and stuff like that. And I've actually got a motocross background. That's where I came from, was freestyle motocross, and did years of that, and then did the arena cross series for years, and now I still do some supercross stuff here and there, and then the monster jam. So we're, you know, it's all just moving dirt basically.
That's pretty cool. So you set up tracks, build tracks, monster jam, motocross.
Yep.
For Kenda Tires here at the Overland Expo Subaru, so you have quite the extensive background.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat thing, and it's just, you know, had a lot of good contacts over the years, and now we get to do a lot of fun events like that. So.
Yeah, and you did amazing on this track.
I appreciate it. It's ugly today with all the rain. It's a bummer, man, because it was cool yesterday and it needed a little bit of water, but not what we got. So
yeah, we got a lot of rain. I didn't hear any numbers as far as how much rain, but it was a lot.
Yeah, because it was just steady, and it kept saying it was going to cut out, but we had to have like 1.5 inches of rain, I would say, inch anyways. But it's actually coming along today, so it'll be sweet for tomorrow and even this afternoon. So.
Yeah, the track is turning out awesome. This morning it was a little bit slick, obviously with all the rain, so the Jeeps were sliding all over the place. The Kenda Tires seem to be performing really awesome. There's a few competitors, brands, can't really say their names, that really weren't keeping up almost at all. They were slipping and sliding every which way and direction. But
it's really neat. You see it on this bank on the backside of that, how they stick to it. It's crazy. So.
Yeah, this was pretty unique here, because you would think that you're gonna come up the bank to come around, but they're actually side hilling it on the back side of this bank and really getting some side lateral traction on the tires, and see how they're performing there.
When it was dry enough yesterday, they were coming up and over this side, which was kind of neat, and getting to pull the tire up over, so they can do it either way. But it definitely shows what the tires will do either way. So
that's perfect. The track is awesome. You did a really great job,
awesome.
Phil. Thank you.
Yeah,
absolutely. Appreciate talking to you too.
I'll be out at I'm sure at some other events. So
appreciate that. Thank you very much, Phil.
You.
Well, as we are wrapping up our Overland Expo Mountain weekend here with Kenda Tires Ride and Drive, we want to have you guys keep in mind that when we have our 10 Jeeps out on the course, half of them are upfitted with Kenda tires, the AT2, the RT, and the NT2, but we also have several of the Jeeps set up with competitors' tires, which means that we are showing you guys exactly how well the Kenda tires are performing against the competitors' tires in a real world off-camber, hill climb, dirt track scenario, so that you can really get that true testament yourselves to how well the Kenda tires actually perform. So I don't know anybody else who is doing that, who is confident enough to do that, to put up their competitors' tires against their own tires. But it's been an amazing weekend. The Kenda tires are continuing just to kick some butt. So if you guys are at the next Overland Expo Mountain in Loveland, Colorado next year, 2024, make sure and stop by, try out Kenda Tires for yourselves, or even better, guys, head over to kendatire.com, jump on the website, hit the automotive tab, and find your local Kenda Tire dealer near you by punching in your zip code in the header bar. And from there, go talk to your local Kenda Tire expert, and they'll be able to direct you exactly which Kenda Tire is going to be for you. Or if you're not sure, you can also ask some questions and drop them in the comments below. All right, guys, before I head out, make sure and hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up to like today's video. And guys, as always, we appreciate all of you for watching and all of your support. I'm Josh with Kenda Tires, and we'll see you guys out on the trails.